Okay, the question says, find the domain and range of the graph of the function below. And the domain, as we remember, is lefty-righty, so I'm going to remind myself domain goes left and right, and then range. When it says range, I remind myself that I'm looking for the uppy-downy numbers. This one's a little bit tricky because these arrows are on there. So I'm going to draw an infinity symbol next to that. Let's see if I have a symbol for infinity on here. Yeah, it's sideways 8, but I can't. The best I'm going to be able to do is draw it. So my infinity is going to be a little bit loose. So it goes forever this way, forever to the left, for the right, forever to the left. But it does not go forever to the bottom. Down here, it stops at -1. Okay, so here are my symbols. The domain, let's say maybe 50. Okay, domain goes forever. Let me make that a little bit smaller. 28 or so. The domain goes forever to the left and forever to the right. So I'll draw what the symbols look like for that. The range is up and down. The range goes forever to the top. Daniel, it's rude to talk when I'm talking. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll pause the video. Forever to the top, but stop at -1 on the bottom. Okay, so the symbols are, let's see, this goes forever to the left, so it goes all the way to -infinity. And then it also goes forever to the right. I lost my pen, that's the reason why this is a little bit messy. But this one is the y values. At the top, it goes all the way to infinity, so the maximum is all the way forever up here. So this is the top. But then at the bottom, it stops here at -1. So it can't be any bigger than -1. So it goes between -1 and infinity. So the range goes from here all the way forever this way. So from -1 up to infinity is from -1 up to infinity. It looks like that. Okay, and then I've got another average rate of change. So I know I'm going to be drawing another triangle. This is the value of the domain. So it's telling me the domain is between 10 and 50. So left to right, I'm going to look for 10 to be on the left and where 50 is going to be on the right. So I'm going to be drawing a run that goes side to side, starting at 10 and ending at 50. That's what the bottom of the triangle is going to look like. So here I go drawing that triangle. It's going to start at 10, 10's right there, and it's going to end at 50, 50's right there. So my domain, again, goes from 10 up to 50. That's called the interval, 10 to 50. What did I forget? Please raise your hand if you have a comment or question. I'd love to know if I forgot something, because this, otherwise I'll have to re-record it. Okay, so my domain is going to start at 10, it starts right here, and it ends at 50. So check this out, even though this line is doing all this zigging and zagging, if I just look at these 2 points from here over to here, there's actually no slope at all. So from the starting point to the ending point, it actually didn't change on average. That's like if I went, I don't know, went to the store and I spent money, but then I made money and I wound up with no money in my wallet. So even though I went down and then back up again, the average rate of change between these two is actually 0. So average rates and you will have a question on the final that says, where is the average rate of change 0? And you're looking for 2 points that do that, where the amount that you gained and then the amount that you lost winds up being 0 between these 2 points. Okay, and then we've got one more question. We can do it. An epidemic of influenza spreads through the city. Okay, people are getting the flu. And that's actually true. A lot of people are getting the flu right now. The flu this year is about 5 times as it's was last year. There's 5 times as many people getting the flu this year. The figure below is a graph of L equals F of W, where L is the number of individuals infected at W weeks when the epidemic begins. This is a function. There are words. If it's a function and there are words, I draw a function diagram. Every time I make a function diagram for a function that has words. Okay, there's the function. These are words. If there's a function and words, I draw this picture. Okay, from that I can figure out what the input and output is. The input is W, the output is I. I is individuals with the flu. So that's the number of people that get the flu. W, I'm not really sure is. W is for, let's see, number of people of individuals in thousands infected W weeks. So W weeks. Now I know what the variables are. So when it asks me estimate f of 2 and explain its meaning, so here's input of 2. So I'm inputting 2, and those are the input numbers. Where the input is 2 is right here. That's at 7. So f of 2 is equal to 7, and then we're going to explain the meaning. Yeah, that's true. It's not 7,000 in 1 week. It's 7,000 individuals in, not in 1 week, in 2 weeks. So if I input 2, I get out 7 according to the graph. If I input 2, I get out 7, and that means that there are 7,000 individuals after 2 weeks going this way. So 7 up and down after 2 left and right. Okay, and that is your final. Good luck, everybody.